this will probably irk some people, so this will be a big controversy thing. But
Ooh, get this.
yeah,
B-roll.net has meant so much for my career.
B-roll.net, I do roughly 18 to 20 seminars a year, high school kids, college kids, professionals, and whenever it's time to teach tips and tricks, it's the first thing I go to.
When I go to B-roll.net, what I'm trying to find out is what's going on, what's on people's minds.
I have learned immense amount of information from veterans such as yourself and others from around the country and world that have helped me with my job and my career and my growth aspirations, where I want to be and what I want to do.
I say, here's a website you probably haven't heard of, which they haven't, but you need to go to. And I say, other than the uncensored portion, it's pretty supportive community.
I learn so much about, somebody's got a little problem with a piece of software. There's always somebody on B-roll who knows how to fix it.
Right.
So there's some little glitch in some edit system or something. Somebody always knows how to do it. So that's one of the things I do, is I use it to solve problems.
the thing about it is I want B-roll to be, and it started out, I wanted it to be the site for the educational site for someone new, the college kid that's coming out.
You have this resource to go to whenever you, no matter what level you're on, a big picture question.
I can't stress the importance of going on there and learning, asking every single question imaginable.
And if you go on there as an educator or as a student or as a newbie, you're going to find someone to help you answer the question.
The problem is, or not problem, but the truth is, the future photographer that's in college right now is training to be a one-man band.
I think it probably will be about a 50-50 mix in the next coming of years, where there will be photographers at the station, but a lot of it will be the VJ one-man band, whatever you want to call it.
I think the future is perhaps 70 or 80% normal news crews and maybe 20 to 30% VJs. I think VJs are here to stay. I don't think the answer is all VJ, but I do think that a proper mix is going to be where it's at.
I'm not a huge advocate. I don't go around telling people, what you ought to do is do a one-man band. For some people, that's the right move. And for some stations, it's the right move. But I would say that any photographer that doesn't know how to write better learn how to do that.
That is the future of the industry. That's where it's going, as much as we hate it and don't want to see that happen.
Well, I will tell you that the photographers are actually in far better shape to make this transition than the reporters are.
I'm not opposed to it because I know I have the skills to succeed at that level. However, I just hope that the station management have the right perspective when it comes to how they would approach and attack a story and the philosophy of whatever the news station is.
Photographers, I realized right after we went through MMJ University, photographers write stories in their head all the time.
There's a lot to it than just giving someone a camera and saying, go out and shoot a story.
Right.
You have to take into account it's one person doing everything, and there are limitations involved in that, but it's very attainable.
The photographers in my shop have not had nearly as much trouble with this transition as the reporters, who've had to learn a whole new, skill set, and which buttons to push, and then they pretty much leave the camera on auto, and the photographers are still creating visual magic and writing and presenting stories.
I can honestly say that the VJs at that level, they just got to be good. I mean, they really got to have their act together. And I'm not saying it, I'm saying at that level. I'm saying the ones I've seen at ABC, at CNN, my employer and others, they have their act together. But what I'm curious about is 2 years down the road, 5 years down the road, no one really knows the long-term effects of this.
Unfortunately, I think B-roll is losing the ability to be helpful to those kids because they go on and all they hear is one-man bands suck.
Right.
And I kind of want it to still be, there's still a lot to learn from these guys. There's still camera tricks that a one-man band guy can learn from a guy that's been doing it the right way for years and years and years, that I don't want him to be turned off by the fear that as soon as they say, I'm a one-man band, they just get pounded on. So I would love to see there be a little more peace in the one-man band world of thing. And I mean, you've brought it up that you kind of do that yourself as a one-man band, and there's different varieties to what would be dubbed a one-man band, and it can be done. It can be done right, and it can be done wrong.
You know, you never want the level to go down, and so we're trying to work that much harder. And I'm not saying it to say it, but I really think we're working harder with fewer resources. That's industry-wide.
It's inevitable, and I still think we can be, you know, photographers and care about images and quality sound and quality storytelling, but we're going to be forced to do it, you know, with fewer people.
And that, unfortunately, is the economics of the business right now, and we can't really control that by being mad about it. So we kind of have to kind of roll with it a little bit. So, but I hope I thank everybody that comes to B-Roll and checks everything out, and I appreciate all you guys do. It is your site.